My name is T. Welcome to So Help Me God. Welcome to So Help Me God. My name is T, and this is an energy reading for Cancer. My apologies for the delay. I had to wait until the weekend to do this reading, but it's relevant for whenever you happen to see it, whenever you're called to watch it. Okay, without further ado, let's see what we have for you. God, please show me what I need to see on behalf of Cancer. And please give them the discernment to know if and how these messages apply to them. Thank you. Okay, Cancer, let's see what we have for you. Ooh, the well. Okay. King of Swords. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Judgment came out, as well as Eight of Pentacles. And the Chariot, which is major arcana for Cancer. Sorry if you can hear my stomach growling. I'm not hungry. I actually just ate, so maybe that's digestion. Underneath the bottom is Four of Cups, underlying energy. So Cancer, the first cup is the well, and that seems a very Cancerian card because it's like the source of something. And we think about water, we think of emotions. I don't know, there's like maybe some, I don't know if the emotions are definitely necessarily hidden, but they're definitely deep. There may be a little bit of masking the emotions because there's King of Swords energy here. Normally I associate that with Gemini, but it could be maybe you guys are could have Gemini in your chart. Excuse me, I dropped a card. Or if it's you, it's a part of you that's like in your shell, that's guarding your emotions behind like a cool surface, like a cool facade. But there's definitely a deep emotion, and it could be something that is hidden beneath the surface, an undercurrent between you and someone else who might be missing you with the Judgment card. They might want to talk to you. I don't know if this necessarily a love interest. It could be a family member or friend. But usually with the Judgment, it's someone wanting to reach out, but maybe not necessarily wanting to be the vulnerable one to reach out first. Sometimes it takes a little bit of strength to reach out. I don't know. It depends on the circumstances. And maybe you guys are mirroring each other, both feeling that way. What's the purpose of the Judgment of like reaching back out? I don't know. Like there's eight of Pentacles here. So I don't know if this person wants to work on something. Maybe they've been focused on work. And if this is you, that may be something that you use to mask the fact that there's something going on with you emotionally, or that there's someone that's on your mind. I don't know if this person moved away with the Chariot, if there's some distance, if you guys made some sort of move related to work, or if this person moved because of work. But I don't know, in this particular card, it's like the Chariot seems like it's going this direction. So I don't know if this person wants to return. The Chariot is like a triumph over emotions, right? Balancing out a roller coaster of emotions, which again, work could be something that helps this person to do that. But maybe maybe they're drawn to return to you in some way. I don't know. Maybe you might be drawn to move to move on. I don't know, with this Four of Cups, it's like kind of apathy or boredom when it comes to love, like not focusing on it, maybe focusing on work with the Eight of Pentacles. But deep down inside, maybe if one or both of you face it, there's something about the connection that you miss, and you want to get back in touch. And I do believe the judgment might also be associated with Gemini energy as well. Other than that, there's Capricorn. So 2 Gemini cards, Capricorn, Cancer, and the Well is watery. It's a very watery, deep, emotional card. You might have a deep emotional connection with someone, a bond that goes back for a while too. Or it feels like even if you've had other connections that are way longer than this one might feel deeper or longer compared to other people that you know. But I would definitely say that that's a Cancerian card. So let's see, what is this? What else is this? Yeah, it could be something about, I was going to say, it could be something about work that's the focus, or helps you distract yourself from your emotions, or have like a, I don't know, like a serious or focused exterior. Now, the Four of Pentacles came out. So that is clarifying the Well, which is, it's like holding back in this particular case. Holding back something that wants to be said, or some feelings. Maybe approaching things in a matter-of-fact way, underlying energy with the Knight of Swords, with logic or sharp cutting words, or just sticking with the facts. But there's something that's going on beneath the surface in terms of emotions. Four of Swords. Okay, resting and healing. This is clarifying the King of Swords. You guys might be, I don't know, it's like you have these emotions, but to a certain extent, they might be like deactivated right now, or dormant. I don't know if that's like a protective measure. And again, it could also be someone, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be, it could be any sign, maybe a Gemini, but someone who tends to be, if you're a sensitive person, this person may tend to be the opposite, someone who is a little bit brusque. And again, it could be you, like a part of you that is like a cool on the exterior. But it could be with the Four of Swords and this Judgment card, Four of Swords clarifying the King of Swords, and this Judgment card, someone wanting to heal this connection. I don't know if that means a misunderstanding. Someone needs to be forgiven, or sometimes people, they have a falling out and it's because of misunderstanding and nobody in particular is to blame. I don't know what this is. The Four of Swords and the King of Swords, that's a Five of Swords. I don't know if someone got angry, if they got irritated, or if they got impatient when it came to something. There was some sort of misunderstanding. With the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so it's like definitely a block, some sort of like emotional guard. Somebody's guarding their heart, guarding their feelings. And it looks like there's another person that wants to maybe get past that barrier and speak about something, like lay the cards on the table and come to some sort of understanding with the Ace of Swords underlying at this moment. I don't know, with the Four of Cups, the underlying of this first deck, some of you guys might choose to keep your guard up if it's someone else who's trying to come toward you and sort of like soften you up a little bit. With the Moon. Okay, so that's associated with Pisces and Tarot, but Cancer in the Zodiac. I think you're definitely a mystery. you might be a little bit inscrutable. I don't think it's the easiest to read you, especially if you're focusing on work with the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you guys, I don't want to use the term crutch, but it's like work is like a plot device for you to help to, I guess, I don't know, help you to contain something that you're feeling that you don't necessarily, it's like a sensitive subject, or you don't want to be exposed, especially with the moon, because the moon is about secrets, right? Things that are hidden. I don't know, someone may work in the evenings too. Oh, now with the lovers is underlying at this moment, which is another Gemini energy. It's quite possible that you guys might have, I don't know, maybe a Capricorn moon, maybe a Gemini moon. Maybe this does have to do with a romantic interest. And there's like some sort of unfinished business. I don't know if this person, it seems like this person might be feeling that way about you. Maybe if they can somehow get you to soften your guard and open back up again. I don't know if you guys are necessarily in a trusting mode. I mean, look at this. It's like Four of Pentacles. That's holding back. It's like in self-protective mode, holding on to yourself, clarifying the well, which is deep emotions. Then you got Judgment card, but I don't know, Seven of Wands clarifying that. There might be some resistance to that. It might be on your part. And then you got this Four of Cups right here, which is, you know, maybe recognizing the love, seeing the love, but ignoring it at the same time. And why? You know, that's the natural state of being for Cancer. The reason why you would do that is if you felt like you were ignored or taken for granted by this person in the first place, taking advantage. I'm not saying that that's what they actually did, but maybe so. And if that's the way you feel. Oh, and look at this. The next card underneath is Queen of Cups, which I normally associate that with Scorpio, but in this case, it's definitely Cancer energy. It has to be. So yeah, saying that I don't know if this person, if they want to soften you up a bit again, I don't know if you're going to go for that. Okay, so these are two cards of motion. The Knight of Swords is clarifying the Chariot. So you see how, again, this Chariot is like, it looks like it's facing, normally I don't pay attention to the direction of the Chariot, but it's facing like slightly toward the left, I think. Okay, especially with the horses. And the Chariot has a dark and a light horse, which is like dark emotions, light emotions, shadow side, light side. And it's all part of us, right? It's balancing of this roller coaster of emotions. Some of you guys might be a little bit in review about how you feel, and it's good because if you're facing that and you're reviewing that, you're able to heal from it faster, right? You do have the Four of Swords card here, which is healing, but you're able to review that and then maybe move on, because the Chariot is a fast moving energy. At the same time, this might be the fact that some of you guys may be moving on from something, but there's some part of it that you'll always remember or you won't let go. And it's for your own self-protection, right? So that something that you're reluctant to let happen to you twice or thrice, or let's just say again, right? But with the Knight of Swords, it's like this person is chasing after the Chariot. They're trying to catch up with the Chariot. And the Chariot is really fast. I mean, like the Chariot hauls ass. There's nothing faster than the Chariot. I mean, it's faster than all the knights combined. And, you know, maybe Aries or the Knight of Wands might have a snowball's chance in hell of like catching up to the Chariot. Maybe. Okay, but the Knight of Swords is like, regardless if they can catch up or not, like it's a fast moving energy and there's a lot of thought movement going toward this Chariot. This person is like maybe in review about you. They're thinking about you. To a certain extent, your emotions and your intuition, your whole mystique might be very deep and profound to this person. I don't know if they completely understood you or will completely understand you ever, even if they do have deep love for you. Might be a part of you that is always going to be like a mystery to this person. And it could be one of the reasons why they're attracted to you, and I don't know, maybe intimidated at the same time. It's 5 of Wands here, which is, it's underneath the bottom at this moment for this deck, which is still some hard feelings. You know, there's a little bit of burnt feelings going on, maybe on both sides. And if you guys were to talk to this person, if they catch you in the wrong mood, you know, and they don't know, I think it's a mystery of like how you would react to them. But if they catch you in the wrong mood or too soon before you've had a chance to kind of like self-soothe, you know, they might stir up inadvertently stir up the hornet's nest again. Not saying that, you know, it's, you guys are rude or mean, but it could be something that, and you may not have even, especially with a cool exterior, it's like you guys are trying to, you might have a lot of respect for this person, but you also probably, you know, really want to hold on to your dignity, especially if you know that you have all these emotions. You might not have ever even like gone off on this person, but it's still that energy there. And it could be the potential to bruise egos even more. Now, the next card under this is the Chariot again, Cancerian energy. So I don't know if this person is angry that you moved on. I don't know if they want to get your attention again because they want to fight with you. You know how some people, they need that fight. They need the polemic, the debate, the arguing, so that they can nip things in the bud, like they can get it out of the way and then they're fine with it. Others, that's too intense for them. Like they might be too sensitive for it, or they might be like anti-confrontational. I don't know. You guys might have different styles of communicating or dealing with like problems or disagreements. It's like, this is a definitely aggressive, fiery energy. It's Leo energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be Leo, but that could be significant. Whereas you see with this 4 of Cups here, this is like a little bit more passive. It could be passive aggressive, but it could also be, look, you know, when I'm really upset about something, I don't even mean to be passive aggressive, but I need like a minute or two. Like I need some time to think or feel what I feel without lashing out or without things getting worse, becoming worse. And that could be what this is. It could be, and this doesn't even, if it's a friend, if it's I think it might be a romantic interest, because we did see the Lovers, right? But it doesn't even necessarily have to be a breakup. It could be some sort of significant argument, a disagreement, or some hurt feelings that happened, and one or both of you is still licking your wounds when it comes to this. Okay, so let's see what else we have. I think with Cancerians, they do have like a nurturing side, and a lot of Cancers might be used to nurturing themselves, nurturing others, but also self-soothing. At the same time, because your emotions, or you know, your personality might be a little bit profound to this person, they may not even know like what's bothering you. So it might be something to consider, whether or not, like, does this person even get it? If they did something to rub you the wrong way or really offend you. I mean, it would be different for each person. I'm not really seeing like one way or another what would be the cause of you guys holding back, but it's something that they did to make you feel like you had to go into self-protective mode, I think. Okay, so 7 of Flames, aka Wands, is here again, which is the same card as this 7 of Wands. Okay, so you guys are definitely guarded with this person. I don't know if it's that you don't trust them, or if it's just something that you know it's temporary, that you know that you'll get over. But does have to, I do see the underlying energy is 4 of flames right now, which is oftentimes it's mirroring energy. So I think that you guys are very Cancers are intuitive, right? So you probably picked up on something that this person may not even have even realized, and it hit you deeper, or it was more offensive than maybe what they intended, or to a certain extent it might be some sponge emotions going on too, because sometimes with the water signs, sometimes, okay, I'm gonna say we, yeah, sometimes we, because I'm Scorpio with Cancer moon. Sometimes we feel things, and then it takes a minute to realize that what I'm feeling is actually somebody else's BS. It's not mine. Why am I upset about this? It's not mine. So I don't know. Take that for whatever it's worth, but it has something to do with mirroring. Some of you guys may not want this person in your home, your personal space. You might be actually being on guard against that for the time being. Looks like this one wants to come out. But another thing about that I want to say about this is with the upper hand, this is, so 7 of Flames is usually, it's like having the better vantage point to defend yourself, right? Against whoever, like multiple people going against you. And this particular card in the upright, it means the upper hand and courage also. So I think that this is commingled with someone having the courage to be able to come toward you because they know that they're guarded. Just want to say that real quick. So now this one comes out. The 6 of Drops, 6 of Cups, which is crush, soul bond, reminisce. So someone definitely, and it's more than like, it could be a friend, because the 6 of Cups or 6 of Drops is a lot of times it's the friend energy. So remember when I was saying that you probably, with the Well card, you probably have like a deep history with this person. Either you've known them for years, and the connection is strong or deep because of the amount of time you've known them. You go way back with this person. Maybe not necessarily since childhood, but you go way back, okay? But for some of you, even if you haven't known them for that long, it feels like there's a deep or long-standing energetic bond. Something about you and this person clicks, even if there's a part of you that's like a complete mystery to them. Now, this could be so many different things. This is a Scorpio card, okay? So when we saw the Queen of, and I'll show you again, when we saw this Queen of Cups, and I was saying normally I think of this as Scorpio. For some of you guys, this energy could be with a Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio missing you, or vice versa. Maybe you guys are thinking about each other, right? But, you know, at a standoff or a standstill. It could also be just more so a little bit of the Lovers energy, which is Gemini energy, but Lovers in terms of romance, because Lovers is about choice, but it's also a romance card a lot of times, okay? And the reason why I say that is because in this particular deck, some of these cards are associated with certain keywords and symbols and phrases. And so the nether regions, okay, the downtown area is significant in this. So even if it's not a Scorpio, it could be someone that you guys had some, you know, intimate bond with. Okay, genitals could be significant. Mars, Pluto, October, November, or Topaz. But the main energy is 6 of Cups, which is someone that you had a strong, deep connection with, okay? And this is not necessarily like a work bond or anything like that. This is definitely someone who was a significant other. In some cases, it could be a child, because the 6 of Drops is often associated with children as well. Now look, underlying energy at this point is King of Drops. This I normally associate with Cancer, only because, and it's male or female, only because to me, it's sequential, right? So the kings represent the first sign of any particular element, and Cancer is the first water sign. So that means that underlying there is some sort of energetic match. Some of you guys might be dealing with another Cancer, and they might have Gemini in their chart, or a Gemini that has Cancer in their chart, or Scorpio. Okay. Ooh, 8 of ideas. Somebody is definitely in analysis paralysis over you in their head. And I don't think it's, I mean, you guys might be sort of deep down thinking about this person, even if it's being pissed off at them, right? But I think this is definitely coming from their end. Prison, overthinking is 8 of ideas. Aquarius could be significant. Uranus, calves, ankles. January and February, and amethyst. And amethyst is definitely an intuitive crystal. Okay. This person might be really confounded and confused as to, especially if you're the person that just stopped talking to them, if you just shut down, completely shut down. I don't know why I'm getting the fact that they're baffled. You know, most times people know, like if they do something different, a lot, and sometimes they do it on purpose. For some reason, I'm getting this person is, and you think that they would have a clue, right? Because they've, for some of you guys, they've known you for a while. But if there's something that you have never expressed to them was a problem, Cancer, and you're expecting them to just get it, they may not, okay? In some cases, they may not, because it's not how their mind works. And, you know, sometimes we can know people for a long time, and there's still some parts of us that, you know, they don't necessarily understand, right? They don't get it. And maybe with this, if you guys are able to recover from whatever this is, maybe it'll sink in with them. But it's something about you that with this moon card, they don't get it. Okay, so 9 of roots want to come out. This could be Capricorn. Knees, Saturn, Garnet, January and December could be significant. But this is wealthy, stable, plenty. So this is like the single person here, the single person energy. And I don't know. So now this is making me think that it might have been some sort of breakup between you guys. And you might be, as a single person, focused on work. With the moon, there could be some fears here as well by this person. If you're single, I don't know. I don't know. They may not even know. They may not even be clear on as to whether or not you guys are broken up. Like if there was just somehow like a ghosting situation, they may be unclear as to whether or not this is completely over. And if it is, they might have some fears about you considering yourself single. Because I don't know if they want you to, you know, be open to other options, even though I think you guys are closed off, period. I don't think you're necessarily studying other options to replace this person. I think that you guys are just trying to reset your emotions, especially with the Cancerian energy, you know, which again is like balancing ups and downs of emotions, that roller coaster of emotions. And it's a triumph when you're able to master that. But this person, someone has been overthinking something. I think about maybe if you guys switched it up on them, it might have taken them a little bit off guard, a little bit by surprise. And I think they've been thinking about this since January or February. I don't know if how long this standoff period, I guess standoff is the word to use, or like almost like a tug of war. Okay, I don't know how long that's been going on. Oh, and underlying at this moment is the 5 of roots. So they're definitely missing you. They feel the lack of your emotional warmth. And this could be a situation where you guys maybe even live in the same household. Maybe that's the reason why there was the 4 of flames that showed up, 4 of wands that showed up, underlined with this first clarify, there's 7 of flames. Because maybe you guys have a barrier up against this person. And you could even live in the same place and they still feel like emotionally estranged. Okay, let's see what else. Queen of Ideas. Yeah, so there's definitely still a little bit of anger. At the same time, trying to ignore the emotions, and maybe even ignoring this person. And then there's also like a coolness here. And this is what I mean, like, because the second card from the original deck was the King of Swords. If you guys ever felt iced out by this person, they could have even done it unintentionally and didn't realize that it caused some sort of chain reaction in you and that you mirrored that energy. Because there's Queen of Swords here, Queen of Ideas. And if this person has done that more than once, it could be, I don't want to say like the final straw for you guys, but it could be something where you guys are like, look, I really don't want this to happen anytime soon. I don't want it to happen again. I cannot deal with this anytime soon. And so if there is some sort of break or some sort of rift, it's probably lasting a little bit longer than normal because the Queen of Ideas is here. Could be this person, if they're a Libra, maybe they're the ones that's heading towards you and want to talk and want to, kind of keep you from moving on. Not saying hold you back or stop your progress, but they still value the connection in some way. So again, that's another way of looking at that. But I think to a certain extent, be you the King of Swords or the Queen of Ideas, I think you guys, the other person might have started it and you might have said, okay, well, I'm going to finish it. Or if that's the way you want to be, fine. Two can play that game. Underlying at this moment is the caution card. This is razor wire card, which is stop, exit, not yet, nope, delete. So if you guys are not completely over with this person, you definitely are not ready to engage them again. Some of you guys might even be able to forgive the person right away, but I don't think that you want to be dealing with them right now. I don't think you can handle it. I think they got on your nerves and under your skin enough that you really probably had to not only balance your emotions, but maybe balance it, like, and think about what your needs are. With that Chariot. And I think to a certain extent, it might be a little bit of a triumph for some of you guys to yourselves and showing how you can distance yourself from something that might have been a little bit emotionally toxic. That you can tap into that cool nature, if anything, in order to control yourself and your emotions from being too topsy-turvy. In other words, you might be even impressed with how you're able to to deal with this, I guess, to deal with this situation with some sort of control. Yeah, control is the word that I'm looking for. Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Thank you.